right, everyone. How are you doing this evening? I am Marwan Cameron, and this is The Conduit. I'm so glad that you can join us this evening, this fantastic evening, Tuesday, May 31st. This is the last day in May. This is going to be our last podcast in the month of May. So that's awesome. And tonight we've got a very special show for you tonight. Our guest is going to be Marsha Cutting. And she is the chair of the Kitsap County Accessible Communities Advisory Committee. And she's got a lot of cool stuff to share with you, and I can't wait to have her on. I actually got to know a little bit more about what she does and what she's a part of last night. And I'm like, please come on to the show. This would be awesome. So, you know what? Let's not let the suspense go any further. Let's go ahead and bring her on. How are you doing this evening, Marsha?
I am doing very well, sir. Thank you.
Oh, it is good to see you again. Seems like forever, right?
Right.
Now, barely 24 hours, right?
Less than that, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I was just gonna giving you a little quick bio, but would you mind telling folks, who you are and kind of what you've been into before we get started?
Sure. I'm a retired psychologist. Let's see. I also have been a volunteer firefighter and EMT in upstate New York. Um,
We're at upstate.
um, Steventown, New York,
Really,
right on
really.
the border of Massachusetts.
Okay, I was born in Buffalo and grew up a little bit in Rochester and Syracuse. So something how
Okay.
people can reconnect so many miles away. Interesting.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Continue.
No, that's okay. Let's see. I was a sailor for many years, although I'm not doing that anymore. Um, Now I get outside in my wheelchair and I do wheelchair hiking.
Oh, now what is wheelchair hiking? I never heard of that.
That's heading out into the woods in your wheelchair.
Wow. Okay, so I guess we're going to get into that a little bit tonight with everything else.
Sure.
Which sounds pretty cool. You were thinking about having some guests join. Are they going to join later, or is it?
I
Yeah, just.
don't know. Unfortunately, she was out of town with family, out of the state actually, for the weekend, and she just got back in. And I have a hunch she's dealing with children and family and all that good stuff. So I sent her the link. I hope she can join us, but we'll have to see.
For sure. Well, hopefully this won't be your last time on, so she can join us another time for sure. So let's talk a little bit about the Kitsap County Accessible Communities Advisory Committee. How long has it been around, and what is it?
Well, this is our sixth year, and it got started because I was at the Port Townsend Film Festival, and as you may know, when you go to a public event, the wheelchairs and people with other mobility impairments kind of get centered, kind of get put in the same area. Um, and has given me a chance to meet some really interesting people. And in this case, I met somebody who's connected with the ACAC up in Port Townsend, and she told me about some of the stuff they'd been doing, and I had never heard of one. And she explained that when somebody who is not supposed to park in a handicapped space does so and gets a ticket and pays a fine, $100 of every fine goes into a fund that the state administers.
Wow.
And that money is to be used for people with disabilities. But in order to get that money, your county has to have an ACAC.
Hmm.
And there actually are only, I think, a dozen counties in the state that do. Unfortunately, it's one of the better kept secrets.
Really? Wow.
Um, yeah. So it took me quite a while to track all the information down and figure out exactly how we needed to go about establishing this committee. But, I finally did. And the commissioners said that, yes, we should have this committee. And so, we got started that way. And
So you are the reason why there is an ACAC here in Kitsap County.
yeah, I guess.
Oh, man, that's fantastic. Yeah, I love stories like that because I tell folks all the time, power is taken, it's not given. And you see a problem, and it's like, I'm going to solve it and I'm going to go forward. And now it exists. And what do we have? Over 30 counties in the state of Washington
Over,
and
I think, 49.
49, and only,
Yeah,
a quarter of those have an ACAC. So
yeah.
that's powerful. So shout out to you, Marsha, for that.
Thank you.
That's a big deal. Definitely appreciate it. So 6 years in the making, and it is connected with the county, correct?
It is. We have a county staff person who facilitates our work. We're that has been Hannah Shockley, and she just got promoted to another position. So Kirsten Murray is working with us now, and we are very grateful for that assistance from both of them.
Nice. And I put the link in the chat, and I just wanted to kind of pull up the website so people can see.
Yeah,
I'll put this over here like that. Okay, perfect. And let me go ahead and shrink this so people can see it a little bit better. Uh, but that is the link. So many good things at the county website. County does quite a few things, a lot more than I think people really recognize and understand.
yeah.
As you can see, there's Marsha cutting right there, as she is the chair. Her email is there if you would like to email her. And then Hannah Shockley was the supervisor, but as you said, she's moved on, so the new person is not here yet. Is that phone number still a good phone number for the new person?
Oh boy, I am not 100% sure.
Okay. But
Yeah.
they can email you for sure.
They can email me, and if they email Hannah, she will forward the email to
Oh,
Kirsten.
oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
So that,
Hannah's still working for the county. She just got promoted.
well, nice. We love promotions.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make this a little bit larger so people can see, because I can barely see it and I'm looking at it. I'm gonna make this a little bit larger. And what's cool here is you can click here for Accessible Communities Advisory Committee meeting and membership information. What do they need to know if they wanted to become a member or attend a meeting?
That we are always welcoming new members. Um, we we want to represent as broad a range of disabilities as we can. Right
Mhm.
now, we have mobility disabilities pretty well covered. We have vision disabilities pretty well covered. Um, we definitely need more people in the area of hearing loss, neurodiverse people, people with speech issues, people with chronic illness. So we are always welcoming people to the committee.
No, that is awesome. And I would say it's probably a pretty low barrier to become a member if they wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, you just basically fill out the form, and then you join us at the meetings.
That's pretty awesome. When are the meetings? I'll click on there, but
Yeah, that's that's in flux at the moment. We have been meeting on the last Monday of the month at 1 o'clock, and we realized that unfortunately a lot of those Mondays fall on holidays, and so
mm,
then we have to switch our meetings around. So we're in the process of trying to see if we can find a time that will work better.
kind of like yesterday, right? Would have been your meeting time.
Exactly. Yep.
So what I like here is you have a lot of news and events right here, so you can click here and see what the latest and greatest is. The Accessibilities Communities Advisory Committee is currently looking for people. As Marsha was just saying, all meetings are open to the public, which is great. Interested persons are encouraged to visit a meeting. The group is currently meeting via Zoom, and I'm sure they will put the current meeting up once the meetings start getting back together. Now, this next section here was pretty awesome to find out last night. So our parks, trails, and beaches just got more accessible! Exclamation point! All terrain hippocampi.
We call them hippocamp, but I don't know really how
Hippocamp
it's pronounced.
hippocamp wheelchairs are available to borrow. So can you talk about the all terrain wheelchairs?
Sure. And I think you might have a picture of them. I'm not sure.
I do.
All right. So these wheelchairs, they are wheelchairs that are pushed by somebody else. Whoops. Nope, that's a bicycle. That's different.
That's a bicycle. Okay, let me pull that
We'll
one
talk
up
about
here.
that later.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so these are three-wheeled wheelchairs, and they can go on pretty much any kind of terrain. Normally, wheelchairs and sand are an awful combination, but these wheelchairs come with big balloon type tires so that they can go on beaches, and then they have a set of narrow tires that allows them to go on trails in the woods. And we're going to have either one or both of them at the Juneteenth celebration, so people can check them out.
Oh, I love
And
that.
they are kept. The Bainbridge Island Parks and Rec Department keeps them for us, but they are available to anybody, and you can reserve them. And yeah, there it is. Yeah. So that looks like it has the big tire, the beach tire in the front, and then the skinny tires in the back for like a trail or something. And they come broken down in a bag. I mean, they're taken apart. I guess I shouldn't say broken down. That makes them sound like not very good.
Right.
But they're in a bag so that they're easy to transport in the car. And I have not tried putting them together, although I probably will at the Juneteenth festival.
Oh,
But
nice.
I'm told that it only takes about 5 minutes to put them together. So that's pretty good.
You know what was really surprising is you told me these were free to rent.
There is no charge. You do have to leave a deposit because we want them back.
I can imagine they're probably pretty expensive.
Yes, they are. Yeah, we had a big argument with the committee about this because they wanted us to get something cheaper, and the cheaper ones are just like a chair on big inflatable tires, and
Mm,
they're rigid. You can't take them apart. And that works really well for the people up in Port Townsend because they have Fort Worden. That's the main beach. That's where everybody goes. But here in Kitsap County, we don't really have like one beach that
hmm
everybody goes to.
hmm
So we thought these would be a lot more versatile. So we were
So
able to justify that to the funders. So we got it.
are these powered or
No,
are they manual? Okay.
not only are they manual, but somebody needs to push them.
Okay. Okay. That's good to know
Yeah.
because it would seem pretty challenging navigating terrain or sand, even in the best conditions. I would assume,
Yeah.
but that's pretty cool. And so you are you hiking, or do you use one of those chairs when you hike?
I haven't. I use a power chair, and I'm typically able to use that. There are, of course, trails that I can't go on, but there are also a lot of trails that I can.
Got you.
I
Now, do you have a specialized power chair in order to hike?
No, it's just
No, just
my
right.
regular chair.
Okay.
I'm especially fond of the rail trails in Washington State. The trails that used to be railroad corridors, and then the railroads weren't using them anymore, so the state took them over and turned them into trails. And a lot of bikers like those trails, but they're also pretty good for power wheelchairs.
Oh, really? Now,
Yeah.
on the website, is there like a map to, wheelchair friendly trails that are in the area?
Boy, that's a good question. There is not on our website. We should think about that. I would need to do some more exploring. You know, I know some of the ones on Bainbridge Island, and then one of my favorite trails in the county is the Clear Creek Trail in Silverdale.
Okay.
And we are doing an event there on Saturday, July 16th. And we're inviting all wheelchair users to come and join us. And also, people who are blind or low vision are also welcome to join us because the West Sound Cycling Club will be there, and they have some tandem bikes. So people who are blind or low vision can join another rider on those bikes.
Oh, nice. And you
Yeah,
said that was July 16th?
it is
And
at
what time?
2 p.m.
2 p.m. All right, I'm gonna put that in the chat for everyone so they can see that. Clear Creek Trail, July 16th at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome. And if you haven't done that, it sounds like a really fun activity. What's interesting is I've never actually hiked any of the trails here in Kitsap County or really in Washington at all. So that's kind of on my list to do this summer.
Well, you should come and join us.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. I will definitely take you up on that.
Well,
Like people say it's really peaceful and good exercise and like all right, I'll give it a go. I walk in the morning at Evergreen and I'm
okay.
getting an appreciation of the water and the green and
Yeah.
trying to I'm a city boy, so I'm used to my electronics and my computers and it's like no, you need to get in touch with nature and it's like I just never really paid attention to it, but we really stop and think. It's like, wow, we're pretty blessed to live in the area that we do.
We are. We are indeed.
So let's go back to the website here and just
Okay.
make sure that we kind of cover everything so people have that ability. Again, I'm going to go ahead and just pop that website up for any of you that are listening. That's www.kitsap.gov.com. And you're going to the ACAC landing page. So it's pretty easy to find. It is a long name, but it's the Accessibility Communities Advisory Committee. So that's what that acronym is for.
And actually, I just found out today that we do have a shorter address for the
Oh,
website.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
If you go to KCOWA
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
.us/ACAC, that will get you to us.
All right. So update your emails. KCOWA.us/ACAC. That's a lot easier.
Yes.
Thank you for that. So again, we've got news and events. You'll be able to see here right at the top if you want to click for which are open to the public, or if you want membership information, to the right is Marsha's email address. And then Hannah, who's moved on, you can still email her or use that phone number until they update the new person that's taken that position. And there's lots of good little information here. I see Transport Stories, Kitsap County's accessible committee members. Can you talk about this a little bit?
Yeah. Kitsap Transit has been working with us to try and increase access to transportation for people in the community. And James Kinnison is blind. He was the president of the Peninsula Council for the Blind last year. And Catherine is low vision and she uses a power wheelchair. And so they did a video of the two of them getting around and some of the obstacles that they encounter, like people that leave their garbage cans on the sidewalks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not a fan.
No, neither am I. Is the video here?
No, that's a different video. When they remember when they took down the viaduct in Seattle?
Yeah.
And then they opened up the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we organized a whole bunch of people in wheelchairs to what we called ride the tunnel, and we went all the way through the tunnel before they opened it.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Let me see if I can play a little bit of that.
We had so much fun that day.
That looks pretty fun. Hopefully there's no music here. I'll have to.
Yeah, I don't know what that is in the corner.
Yeah, it's an ad. We gotta love ads, don't we?
Yeah.
Today was all about giving the public a chance to check out Seattle's new tunnel. One group went through late this afternoon trying to raise awareness about transportation challenges in our city. King 5's Amy Moreno has their story.
Cars won't start rolling through until Monday morning, but that didn't stop some from spinning their wheels in the new tunnel.
Streets are made for wheels, so I love when you get on a nice, stretch of asphalt, like it's smooth, it feels great.
A group of wheelchair users and family and friends organized a ride, becoming some of the first to roll through Seattle's new roadway. trying to connect with everyone else enjoying the tunnel.
What I find is that a lot of people, they see the chair, they don't see the person, and so they think they're just seeing the same person a whole bunch of times. They don't realize that there's a bunch of us out there.
They hoped by riding together, they could spread a message about some of the accessibility challenges they face.
It's dangerous to go in the street, but if there are no curb cuts or bad curb cuts, then we have no choice, and that's dangerous, and that discourages people from getting out.
There was a sense of freedom as they rolled along. Billed as Seattle's future for transportation, for once, they had a bit of an advantage.
We have to go slow because we have walking people with us. It would not be nice to leave them in the dust, even though we could.
They get to blaze the trail, and you can tell it feels good.
It's all downhill from here.
If only it were always this easy for them to get around. They hope Seattle's transportation future is one that keeps everyone in mind. Amy Marino, King 5 News.
Oh, that's awesome. Just let me pause that there. FYI, yeah, I hear that tunnel is really fun to drive through really quickly. So, not that I've ever done that.
Yeah, right.
I would never do that. But it is pretty fun. Oh man, that's an awesome story. I love it. And so, you've got this a partnership with Kitsap Transit that's working on increasing accessibility. I just wanted to click on that link here. And so there's good information here if folks want to take a look at this. Oh, it's actually pretty short. It's just 2 pages here. And shout out to Kitsap Transit. They do a lot of good work here in the community and try to find different ways to be helpful.
Yeah.
So that's really awesome. And I appreciate that. Let's see what else is over here. There's a bunch of resources, which I think is also really fantastic. So navigating COVID-19 pandemic for the blind, independent living programs, medical equipment loans. I think that's a really big one there. Using Google to find accessible establishments, businesses, how to update your accessibility features on Google. I think I need to take a look at that one. We're hoping to move soon. We're on the 2nd floor right now. We don't have an elevator. So we have to meet folks in a different location, which is going over the phone, which is unfortunate. So hopefully we will be blessed to move and either have an elevator or be on the floor. So at the time we had to take what we could find.
Yeah.
You know how the rents are here in this county. It's pretty crazy.
And I maybe should say that there's a new coordinator for the Kitsap County Parent Coalition, and her name is Malia Hughes.
Malia Hughes. Okay.
Yeah, we need to get that corrected on the website, but that change took place relatively recently.
Will she still be part of wa.easterseals.com?
I believe so, yes. I'm guessing that I don't have her email in front of me, but I'm guessing it would be mhughes@wa.easterseals.com.
Yep, that's the code. And you can always call the number because it will ring the new person's desk typically.
Yep.
And you'll right in touch.
Yeah.
Disability Partner Organization list. I'm actually going to click on that. And then the National Alliance of Mental Illness. So always love to see who is partnering. Let me go ahead and increase the size of that because that's kind of teeny there. All right. Northwest Paralyzed Veterans of America, Office of Education Ombudsman, Parent Help 123. What's great about a list like this too, which I appreciate, is not only do you get the email and the phone number, but you get a small description of what the organization is. So oftentimes you just get a name and a number, like people know exactly what the organization is. Like, I have no idea, and the name, doesn't exactly tell me what you are. So
yeah,
we definitely have that challenge ourselves. Oh, what's G2? Sounds great. Well, what is it? Parent Help 123, Parent Information and Resource Center, Parent to Parent of Washington State, PAVE, which is Parents Are Vital in Education, and People First of Washington, Self-Advocacy in Leadership, SAIL. That seems really fair. Traumatic Brain Injury, Council of Washington, Washington Assistive Technology Act Program, Washington Assistive Technology Foundation, the Washington Community Health Council, and the Washington Initiative for Supported Employment. Marsha, are you aware of DVR is here is it Silverdale?
Right.
Okay.
They are. Yeah. In fact, we should probably add, as I'm looking at that list, I'm thinking of others that should be on there.
And there are quite a few. I just read the first 2 pages, so there are 5 pages of organization.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Which is fantastic there. So, I always like to, you could tell a person or tell people about a website, and then later on when they go through it, it's like, am I in the right place? But trying to show folks and just kind of go over it. If they go next week or a month from now, it's like, okay, that looked familiar when I was there before. So I think it's always helpful to kind of scroll through a little bit while you have that conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
So what else do you want to share with us? I think this is, like I said, super awesome. What do folks need to do to rent the all-terrain wheelchairs?
They basically just need to either email or call the gear locker at the Bainbridge Island Parks and Recreation Department. I think if you go to the Parks and Rec website and you type in gear locker, then that will come up, and then all the information you need is there.
Parks and Recreation. And then so when they go to that brought up the TV show.
Oh, yeah, that's the one distraction, I guess you could say.
I'm gonna just type it all in and see if it Gear Bank. Does that sound about right?
Gear Bank. Sorry, not Locker Bank.
Perfect. All right, let me pull that up for everyone to see. And well, I gotta get rid of that and then open up a new window here. And so when they go and contact the Gear Bank, I take it all the wheelchairs are in Bainbridge Island, so they'll have to get out there to pick it up.
Yeah, unfortunately. We are in the process of really trying to make sure that we have something located in each part of the county.
Nice.
As we add new stuff for people.
And then how long do they get to keep the wheelchairs?
I don't know that there's a time limit on them. I mean, obviously we don't want you to keep them for a month, but a reasonable time to do what you need to do. If you're going on a camping trip and you want to take them with you for, several days at least.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now let me just go ahead and put this website up for folks. That is biparks.org, Bainbridge Island Parks.org /gearbank. So another really easy website there. And hours of operations 9 to 11 a.m. on Monday, on Wednesdays 2 to 4 p.m. and on Fridays 9 to 11 a.m. Not open during the holidays. The location is Strawberry Hill Park, 7666 Northeast High School Road in Bainbridge Island, 98110. And if you want to know what kind of gear they have, here's a bulleted list: 2-person tents, 3-person tents, 4-person tents, an adult foam sleeper pad, a youth foam sleeper pad, backpacks, 35 to 82 liters, I'm assuming, from trusted names like Osprey, REI, and North Face, Black Diamond, and JanSport. Men's and women's trekking poles, youth and adult snowshoes, 17.5-inch specialized hard rock mountain bikes, 19-inch mountain bikes, and 21-inch mountain bikes, and beer cans. I thought they said beer cans, like beer cans?
No,
all right.
No beer cans.
Like, are they empty beer cans? Like, all right, we got to go into this. And so here's another picture of the Hippocamp all-terrain wheelchairs. Looks like they've got the wheels sitting here so you can kind of see. Only takes 5 minutes to set up. For more information or to reserve a chair, you can call the program manager, Nick Prevo, at 206-842-5661, pound 115 for his extension, or send him an email at nickp@biparks.org. And how do you reserve the gear? You can reserve it online by clicking the link there. You can give a phone call or you can do it in person. Reservations should be made 1 week to 2 months in advance of the rental date. Same day rentals are possible, but only during normal gear bank hours of operation and assuming adequate equipment is available. Gear is rented in 1 week time blocks.
Oh,
Gear must be picked up and dropped off during normal hours.
well, I'm
So
learning things too, so that's good.
yeah, no, that's awesome. And a week is a nice, amount of time, right? It gives someone time to go and pick it up, reserve it, pick it up. You might not go that same day, then get out there and, do what you have to do and, hopefully come back and not have to return it the same day either, right? You come back from a trip. It's like the
Right.
last thing I want to do is take care of business. Like, let me just rest for a little bit. So that's awesome.
Exactly.
How do I pay? We're huge fans of free gear. That for me, that is my favorite price, free 99. But we do have a charge a minimum fee to make sure that our rental program is sustainable. We also charge a refundable deposit to make sure our gear is treated properly and can be used by many other outdoor enthusiasts for years to come. I think this is a fantastic program. Being free is phenomenal. It is so hard to find free services, especially nowadays. Um, and getting outdoors, I think, is really really good for one's mental health. So it's definitely been good for me walking outside. I've,
Yeah.
have a whole new outlook on that. Usually I'm, in the gym and it's like, oh, you're just on the treadmill and you're watching the TV. And it's like, this is so much better. You talk to people, everyone speaks to me when I'm walking around, and yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Nick told me that the chairs have been borrowed for people all the way from, I think the youngest was 14 and the oldest person was in their 90s. And they've been
Mm,
from all over the county. They've had somebody from Port Orchard come up and get one of the chairs. Yeah.
well, that's phenomenal. Now you were mentioning, just kind of curious, just one of 12 counties. Is Pierce or Mason or King, kind of our adjacent counties, part of the program also?
Pierce County has an ACAC and Jefferson does. I don't believe any others right around here do.
Wow, that's amazing that
Yeah.
King would not. Wow.
Yeah. Well, part of it is the grants that people get typically are not huge. And so
Mm,
I'm guessing maybe King County maybe felt it wasn't worth, for relatively small amounts of money. I don't know. I mean, I've actually been surprised by how successful we've been in getting grants. We got the grants for the hippocamp chairs. We also got a grant to buy portable ramps so that, say somebody wants to come and visit you and there's a couple steps into your house. Well, trying to lift somebody in their wheelchair, it's not fun for you and they don't like it either.
and that's a picture of the ramps there.
Yeah, and they fold up. They call them suitcase ramps.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, we are just about ready to start making those available to people. Those are going to be housed at the ARC, the ARC.
Oh, mm-hmm.
We have no staff, and so we have to find partners in the community to work with us on these things. And
Gotcha.
I think, I don't know, I would hope within a week or two, those should be available to people. And then we'll be
Now,
publicizing the details on that.
is that the Ark in Bremerton?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And just FYI, and I'll put that in the chat here in just a second. So the Ark is at 3243 Perry Avenue. And their phone number is 360-377-3482. I only have that available because I just went to visit them last week, so I have their card at the ready. I
Okay.
didn't know you were going to mention the ARC. I just happened to have it right here, so pretty cool.
Very impressive. And then the other grant that we got was for some stickers. And these stickers are designed for people that have difficulty opening doors. These might be people that don't have a lot of strength in their arms, particularly if there's no button to push, which,
Mhm.
in most places there's not a button. But even if there is, not everybody can reach that button or push it. And so right now you just have to sit there and wait and hope that somebody comes along and they're willing to open the door for you. But with these stickers, that allows the business to put a phone number in the blank spot. I think I sent you that picture, but I'm not 100% sure if I did.
You did. Let me pull that one up
Okay.
also.
And so they write their phone number in the blank space, and then they put that either on the front door or right next to the front door. And then when somebody needs help opening the door, they just dial that number.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Almost all of us have phones because we rely on that technology.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, just take me a second to pull that one up. That particular image was large, so I
Oh,
couldn't
okay.
preload that one. You know, technology is great, but it is not perfect
Right.
by any stretch of the imagination there. Now, so let me pull that back up. That is right here. All right. Oh, whoops. It didn't like that there, Marsha. Let me try that again. So, do you know how many of the chairs are available for rental?
The hippocamp chairs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are two. There's,
Okay.
I think there's a medium and a large. So the medium is for like, you know, preteens on up, and then the large would be for, you know, larger adults.
Nice. All right. So here is the sticker here.
Yeah.
Accessible for all. If you would like help opening the door, please call this number. Stickers are available, and there is a website there. Let me go ahead and move us out the way so people can see that. tinyurl.com/Kitsap hyphen ACAC. And it sounds like they will just send you some free stickers if you would like them.
We will. We'll also have those available at Juneteenth. We were just getting geared up to distribute those to businesses. We had contacted the Chambers of Commerce and made a couple presentations, and then COVID hit.
Of course.
Yeah. So we're trying to get that, you know, back in gear, but it has its own challenges.
Well, as we kind of wrap up here, what else would you kind of like to share with everyone?
Well, we have a program which is not ready to go live yet, but it will be. So, you know, I would suggest people keep their eyes open for side by side tricycles.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I mean, I have kind of tried to take the perspective that we should center the people who are most impacted by disability. And,
Hmm.
you know, these aren't the fanciest tricycles in the world, but just about anybody can use them. And the two people sit side by side. Um, Obviously, one person has to pedal,
Is
and
it like this?
the other person can pedal, but they don't have to. So,
Gotcha.
you know, that's another way for people to get outside. I mean, we have so much research on the physical and mental health benefits of getting outside and getting out in nature. So we're
That's wonderful.
yeah.
I'm super excited to and we've seen each other, from time to time. It's like, oh, we got to catch up, and it doesn't happen. Then we're on the same committee, and just everything just kind of happens when it happens. What's interesting is we just kind of finalized a contract with Kitsap Long Term Aging and Care. This morning, I had a meeting with them, and there is funds available to transport those that have a disability or over the age of 60 to get vaccinated or to get the booster.
Oh,
And so they
nice.
just need to call Kitsap Long-Term Aging and Care, and they'll set up the ride, and it's a free ride for them. So really fantastic. So that happened since last night, and so I was looking
Wow.
forward to this to let you know that. So
Thank you.
it's pretty cool. Um, and we do have a wheelchair accessible van. We do have a wheelchair in case that's needed for whatever reason that can be. It's a very big space, so I would almost hazard to guess I could probably get the all-terrain wheelchair um, in the van also. So it kind of reminds me of the Batmobile from the old movies. So it looks pretty cool.
It
I want to see
does.
it in black,
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, so that's really cool. Marsha will be at Juneteenth with a booth with more handouts and stickers and more information. She is a cornucopia of information. She's a huge advocate, and just learning that this wasn't even in the county, and 6 years ago you made this thing happen. I applaud you for your hard work, and your steadfast resolve, and just appreciate you.
Well, there's a whole committee working there, and this is not by any means a single person's effort. Charlotte Shepherdson is our vice chair, and I think we mentioned J.R. Kinnison and Catherine Woofter, and then Renee Becker is a member of the committee, and Damon Salih and Jeff Feincourt from Kitsap Transit. Oh boy, I started naming and I know I'm going to forget someone. Live Council has worked with us too. I hope that's everybody. Apologies to anyone I forgot. But
Yes,
it definitely is a team effort.
good, good. Will some of them be at Juneteenth also?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
look forward to meeting, some more of the team.
Yeah.
I would give you an actual audio applause, but I don't have my new audio system yet. So we passed that one on, so I'm waiting for the new one to come in. Otherwise, you'd hear, screaming and applause and all fancy. But now I have to do it manual. I have to do it the old way right now. So I really appreciate you for spending some time with us this evening. Again, this is Marsha Cutter. If you want information, you can visit. Let me put the easier website up.
Yeah.
kcowa.us/ACAC. Free 99 is where it's at. Of course, you will see her at Juneteenth. But if you want to join her at the Clear Creek Trail, July 16th at 2 p.m., you might even see me there. Come on down. And if you want to rent any of the equipment that they have there, buyparks.org/gearbank. Super easy to reserve. Um, you know, get involved if you want to join. Check out the website for the meetings. And again, hopefully in about 2 weeks, you'll be able to get the ramps at the ARC, which is right here in Bremerton at 3243 Perry Avenue. Their phone number is 360-377-3482. So, any final words?
Come join us if you have a disability or you love someone who does.
All right. Well, you heard it there. I appreciate everyone coming. I am Marwan Cameron. This is The Conduit. Tune in tomorrow for our full slate of shows. Until then, have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Oh, is that in Manette? Amy has a question there. Is that in Manette? No, that is in, it's just outside of Manette. So coming toward, leaving downtown in that direction. I don't know if that's east or west, but more up towards Sylvan Avenue. Matter of fact, they're in between Sylvan and Sheridan on Perry Avenue is where the ARC is. And then if you want to rent the all-terrain wheelchairs, that's out in Bainbridge Island. Does that answer your question there, Amy? Yeah, I told you sometimes we'll get some questions that come on, and I almost ended the show, and I just saw that question in there. So
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, I hope that answers your question. Again, let me go ahead and put Marsha's information up here. So if you want to send an email, you can do that. Just give me a second to pull that back up here. And it's mcutting@gmail.com. But I'm going to go ahead and paste that right there. And so any questions that you have, you can just go ahead and send her an email, and she will answer them for you.
As best I can.
As best she can. But you answered a bunch of questions, and I learned even more than I thought, I expected, so that's fantastic. All right, we'll try this again. All right, everyone. We will see you